Okay. Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, see, unlike Vimba, me, I will help you lose decorum quickly with my question. You will lose total decorum when I bring this question to you. So, you know, I have wawulens.
Proceed.
Let me proceed. Have you heard of a name of somebody called Mr. Jared Tenebe? Mr. Jared Tenebe is the chairman of APC in Edo State. There's a video making the rounds. In fact, he said the governor, Okpebolo, was right to have threatened, To have threatened Mr. Peter Obi because of a deep-rooted hatred towards him. Those are the words of Mr. Jared Tenebe. In fact, the words of Mr. Jared Tenebe, and there's a video already circulating, were even stronger than the words of the governor. What would you say to all of this?
Sorry, I don't give credence to people like that because they're just seeking relevance. He's as inconsequential as his face looks. Please, next question. Because what am I going to talk about APC with their failed state and with their unintelligent, low IQ people? He's just seeking for relevance. Please, next question.
Okay, Kenneth Okonkwo. Well, I mean, you started with 3 levels of analysis. I disagree with your ethnicization of Okpebolo's statement. I don't think you can just jump from Peter Obi and say this is an attack on Igbos. It's a very facile, convenient, unhelpful way of analyzing Nigerian issues, in my view, that is. But however, you will know that Section 37 and
Yes,
Section 41...
I respect your view, but I just want you to know that this governor wouldn't have tried this with a leader from Hausa land or a leader from Yoruba land. And I mean it.
Okay, that's speculative. It's speculative, purely. Because, don't let's drag ethnicity
that's my opinion,
or religion
I'm entitled to it.
Into anything, or into everything. Okay. Now, I was referring to Section 37 and Section 41 of the Criminal Code, which talks about threats, particularly in this particular instance, spoken threats. And the fact that it relates to life. So when you say you cannot guarantee the security of somebody's life if it comes to a part of the country, you are challenging the person's dignity and right to life, which is constitutionally guaranteed. But what remedy do you think that Mr. Peter Obi can seek? Okpebolo has immunity until he is no longer governor. What should Mr. Peter Obi do, for example? Should he report to the Inspector General of Police? Should he dare Okpebolo and go to that same Edo State again to show courage? What will you recommend to him?
I must have to tell you that part of the reason I got very upset, like Vimbai pointed out, is because I understood that this man has immunity and there is a limitation to what you can do. So the only choice I have is to state my mind the way that it pained my heart, because there is really little anybody can do to a man that is enjoying immunity. Police can only investigate, but they cannot prosecute him. And I am telling you, if he stays there for 4 years, before that time, tempers would have cooled, and there is nothing practically you can do about it. I am aware of what you submitted, Abati, and you are absolutely correct. It's a criminal offense, no doubt, to threaten the life of any citizen. But unfortunately, he's enjoying immunity, and there is little we can do about it, except to pour our venom the way that we have seen it. It's quite unfortunate, but there is nothing anybody can do about it.
Okay, this is the second time we're seeing this happening to Peter Obi. The first time was concerning Benue State.
And this is the area is so confusing to some persons. Now, the governor made that statement, and the press secretary also did another one by trying to let people know that people are trying to misjudge the intention of the governor. Now, in the process of that, we also saw another video again from their APC state chairman, who said they have this hatred, deep-rooted hatred for Peter Obi. So how are you going to marry the two? Whatever the governor said, he said it constitutionally, because he is the chief security officer of the state, does not mean no harm or threat to Peter Obi. Yet, their party chairman says otherwise. Now, hear him out.
Well, since morning while the primaries were going on, there's been a lot of criticism all over the press about the statement that Governor made yesterday when he was receiving one of the remaining of PDP Edo Central, where he said that Peter Obi has to take permission before he lands. And I think the governor was right in saying that because we are also saying that the governor can say that because of the kind of hatred that people have for Peter Obi in the state, including me. And when you have people, so many of us that have such hatred for people like that, especially when they came to Edo State and people died, it is proper for him to tell the governor before he will come, so that people like us will be sent on errand out of Edo before he can come and possibly go. I'm sure that's the reason why the governor made that statement. Is that why the governor made that statement, and it's correct, and we support him in whatever he's saying. So whatever anybody is saying, they're just saying rubbish. And I also want to send a message to people who call themselves ADC in the state, that they should be very careful, because we only have PDP remaining, not ADC. So if you want to identify with ADC, you have to leave and do for us. That is my message to all of them. And we want to appeal to Edo State people, and most likely where those elections are going to be held, that we will campaign and we all see the good work the governor is doing for the state. And to be able to tap into that, they have to also ensure that they vote so that we can have one who, while the federal legislators are working at federal to attract things to the state, the governor will also be working with that synergy. Their various constituencies will benefit more from government. So they should, we are going to campaign to them to let them know that we are going to work for them, and we also appeal to them to vote for our candidate at the end of it.
No power or position is meant to be forever. We can only bear this in the next 4 years. After 4 years, Edos will not decide their fate, because what we bargain for is different from what we are getting at the moment. Edo belongs to everybody, not just for the APC alone. PDP was once there. As at the time Obaseki was there, he never knew that a day will come when he will be addressed as ex-governor. Something of that nature awaits whoever that want to make sure that Edo belongs to them alone. Anyway, whatever you think, drop your comment at the comment section. Once again, share and follow the page. If you watch the entire videos, you will know that even APC Edo State chapter, they are confused about the whole process. Because if you are trying to polish whatever the governor said, and the state chairman of the APC is saying otherwise, it goes to show that their intention was what the governor poured out. Just that the outburst from people, they never expected it.